Hello everyone, it's Sarab bringing you yet another video on a different bike this time. Right, so as you can see, a lovely spring afternoon, and I am taking my Classic 350 on a quick ride, but to test ride another motorbike. So I am going to be test riding and reviewing, or giving rather, my first opinion on the Classic 650. So I'm on my way to Hatfields of Crowthrone, which is not too far from my house. The plan is just riding that motorbike around, recording some good shots, talking about the bike, comparing how it differs or compares to my existing Classic 350 and the GT 650, and see that how we get on with it. So nothing planned, quite impromptu, but bringing you another video just to make sure that you stay tuned for the whole video, and let's see how we get on. And I have now reached Crowthrone with the help of editing. Just going to park up and go in and see Colin and Martin and find out what's in store for us. As ever, great service from Martin and Colin. If you are local to Berkshire, around Reading, Bracknell, Ascot area, do visit them. They're great. They stock amazing bikes. But one thing I really want to show you, that what they've got on their show window. The little Royal Enfield. Right, so without any further ado, I am going to get on it, and just for the reference, this is the 650 and that's my baby 350, which I just love. Look at that. But that video is not about that, it's about this. So I'm just going to get my gear on. Right, so just going to get my gloves on, and there we go. I haven't even started yet, and I've started to get happy nods from people. And this is what Royal Enfield does to you. Word of warning, if you don't like to talk to strangers whilst you're on your bike, stopping at traffic lights, parkings, whatnot, don't buy this, because strangers will come up to you and compliment you. So this bike is definitely not for natural introverts. Right, here I go. And first impression, it is good. It feels good. It's much chunkier as compared to my other two bikes. But of course, it's a bigger bike. It's a different bike. But it's very smooth. Again, I've just started. I've done like few yards. Hard to tell how it's going to be, but it is smooth. It picks up well. You definitely can't tell that big hoo-ha about the weight. Yes, it is a heavy bike, and accept it, but once you ride it, you can't really tell. The stance is good. When you sit on it, you sit very upright. It is exactly as you sit on your 350. But this one has more push. This one's got more power, more horses under your engine seat. But it's really good. I'm quite impressed. Not sure why. I'm surprised, because I am very familiar with the 650cc engine, because that's exactly what's in my GT as well. I'm very familiar with the styling of 350 Classic, because that's exactly how my bike looks. But it's good to have a classic bike which can go a little faster. But yeah, nice day. Loving the ride so far. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to potter around, find a nice spot where I can stop, and explain what this bike is all about and what are my feelings about it. Right, so here I am in the lovely Swinley Forest. Okay, one issue already I'm feeling, or is it just a matter of getting used to, is the handlebar position. It's, I don't know how to explain this, but not sure if it's clear on the video that it's, I think, moved towards me more. I think my hands are like this. I would have preferred something like this, but this is more like this. So my wrists are getting compromised the way they're sitting. Let me just take the gloves out. So if you see, my wrists are sitting like this. Can I hold it like this maybe? No. This is not very natural. So I'm sitting like this. My wrists are like this. I want them a little bit in there. Like this. Maybe when I draw it back or further, I'm going to hold it differently. But the way handlebars are, I was feeling little strain on my wrists. Like this. Why is it not like this? Like my classic 350. Like coming in like that. Just a little bit out there. But maybe it's just me. Need to get used to it. Look at this face. This looks like a you're sitting on a lion. Massive. It's much bigger than my 350. Love this detail. Beautiful. Chrome going on here. This is like my GT, so this is good. Hate the mirrors already. I don't know why they put it. You need to have bar-in mirrors, perhaps. And as you can see today, I'm test riding the Royal Enfield Classic 650. First of all, thanks to Hatfields of Crowthrone for allowing me to take the demo out for a quick spin and share my thoughts on this beautiful bike. So as you can see, this is the burgundy and cream Royal Enfield Classic 350, so the bigger version of the 350, ever so popular 350, which everyone seems to have these days. So I thought, why not give it a go, see what the difference is. As you may know, that I own two Royal Enfields as of now. One is the Classic 350, which is Signals 350. Another is the Continental GT. So this one is the blend of both of them, i.e. It's got the engine of the GT, ever so popular 650 engine, and the styling and the sitting of the Classic. But don't get mistaken, this is not a 350 with a bigger engine. This is a different bike altogether. It's much bigger, much fatter, wider, taller, longer. Not so taller, but much longer. It's heavier. It's around 243 kilos, which is heavy. But honestly, don't let that put you off buying this one, because once you're on it, you can't really tell the difference. Even while maneuvering within the car park, it was okay. Putting it on double stand was a doddle. Much easier than my 350 GT. Hasn't got the double stand, center stand anyway. But look at that stance. It's from the past. It is beautiful. Look at that bobber style seat. One thing I just can't get over is the gap between the rear tire and the rear fender. We need to do something about it. But once you've gone past that, it is such a beautiful bike. I've only done 5 odd miles on it so far, and it's good. It's quick. It's of course not as agile and quick as the Continental GT. That's a different bike altogether, much lighter. It weighs around 190 odd kilos. This is 60 kilos or 50 kilos more than that. But of course, no comparison, different bikes altogether. But I was really curious to have a test ride and see why the whole world is revving about it. And I don't blame them. It's a beautiful bike to look at, of course. I don't think that anyone would disagree. But the way it rides, it's really good. And I'm quite pleased to say that this is the first bike I'm seeing without the rear seat. I think the welds and the metal around the rear seat is just a bit of an eyesore, if you ask me. But I think this single seat suits the character and the styling of this bike, but each to their own. Let me know what you think of it being a single seat, or would you rather prefer the look with the rear seat as well. But apart from that, as you can see, the engine looks very familiar. Not much has changed. Royal Enfield do say that they've tweaked it a bit, which I'm sure that with time you can tell the difference. But because it's a fairly new bike, it's only done 100 odd miles, so we're just keeping it sober for now, so not going too fast or anything. But I'm sure that once the first service is done, it'll open up a bit. The rear tire is a little chunkier, which is good. Of course, we need chunky tires. You get these two exhausts coming out. They look all right. Initially in pictures I thought that they're just too wide or popping out too much, but it's not the case. It sits well with the bike. Too much chrome going on, which is good and a bad thing. Good for people who love polishing, bad for people like me who don't know how to polish. But apart from that, it was a quick overview of this bike. Share my thoughts with you, show you this bike from different angles, and just gather your thoughts. Indicators are not LEDs, headlight is. How about the running? Look at this, looks like a little tiger there. Let's just turn it on, please, the lights. Yep, they are LEDs, but indicators are not. Okay, yeah, no, they're different, definitely old style halogen, which I don't mind. I think they look good. They go well with the character of the bike. Rear light is LED, but indicators are again halogen, and the number plate light is LED too. But apart from that, I'm not sure. Do I like it? It's good. Will I sell or part exchange my 350 for a 650? Don't think so. If I need bit of speed, I've got Continental GT, which is ever so classic too. If I need a classic styling, I can just jump on my 350, which I think is just ever so amazing bike already. But will I sell both my GT and 350 and get this one? Not really, no. I like the styling of 650. It brings different era. But if you're looking for one bike for commuting, for touring, for pottering around on a Sunday nice morning or afternoon, I think this is a very good bike. For the price what you pay, it's a lot of bike for the money. You really can't get anything for this much. But apart from that, the quality itself is not compromised either. You can tell by the weld, the finishing, the polishing. You can't really tell that corners have been cut, but it is a nice bike. And another thing which I mentioned was about the handlebar location or position. I think it's just, or probably it's just me, my wrists weren't straight enough, they were at an angle. I think handlebar is twisted inwards a little more than my liking, but that's something that I'm sure that you'll get used to it. It's got Tripper, which is Royal Enfield's popular navigation system. I use Beeline 2, which is, I think, much better than that, but having something integrated in the dash which fits so well with the overall look of the bike is of course a bonus. Right, so this is me, a quick walkthrough of the new classic 650 from Royal Enfield. I'm going to jump back on it and go for a quick spin and record it from another camera. So switching to the helmet view now. Right, so camera number 2. Let me just get all geared up, admire the bike from far, get on it now, and start riding. And surprisingly, I'm taking all the rough terrains to see how good the suspension is, and I'm very pleased to confirm the suspension is spectacular. Even though the bike is so new, it's dealing with all these rough bumps so nicely that I'm very, very pleased with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've been out for a while, I've tried recording as much as I could. I'm going to make my way back to the dealers and talk to you once I'm there. You enjoy the ride. So I'm back after a quick test ride, and I just wanted to show you a side-by-side comparison of both 350 and 650. Of course, 650 is a much larger bike, as you can see. It's, as I said, is longer, fatter, wider, but here is the quick one for you. $650 and my $350. Hope this helps. Once again, thanks for Hatfields of Crowthrone for letting me test ride their beautiful classic 650. Right, so take 2. Back on my classic 350. I thought it'll be good to just have the same spot where the 650 was standing, have a quick stop over, share my thoughts here rather than just talking to the motorbike helmet camera, and give you a bit of a realistic comparison that how that bike looked and how 350 looks. Right, thoughts. Of course, it's very difficult and it's just not fair to judge a motorcycle just by riding 10 odd miles, 15 miles I think. But pardon for this one, I've just put some groceries in it. This is the charm about this bike. You can just add groceries in. Who needs a car? This is the boot. Okay, so yeah, going back to my point, just not fair to judge a motorbike after riding 15 miles when you know the bike's engine hasn't even been running. It's fairly new bike, so you have to live with it. Different weathers, different terrains. But one thing, as you can see, this is kind of an off-roading Swinley Forest car park. Riding 650 out was a pleasure. The shock absorbers did a perfect job, even though they're fairly new. When I say fairly, they're brand new. Right, okay. First issue with that motorbike, with the 650, the handlebar. But the good news is, Colin from the dealership from Hatfields of Crowthrone did confirm that yes, they are angled a bit inwards just to give it a kind of a retro vibe, retro feel. But they've heard this before and they've adjusted the handlebar, so they've literally tilted it a little forward and it gives you kind of a straight, not quite straight, but it gets rid of that angled wrist issue which I was talking about. Okay, weight, yes, it is a heavy bike. I did not notice it while maneuvering it into the car park. It was fairly easy. Once you're on it, of course, there is no way that you can tell the weight of the motorbike. But how I could tell that it was a little sluggish, I'm not sure if it's the engine tuning or just to give it a bit of a relaxed feel. When you open the throttle, it was a little hesitant to get go, unlike my 650. But as I said, different bikes, different tuning, different weight to start with. 650 has got a marginally smaller footprint as compared to the 650. But 650 is not a racing bike. You don't want to get on it and just revving it too hard. It's more of a relaxing cruiser. It's more for people who'd want a classic look, like classic 350 feel, but they want to eat more miles whilst on the motorway. Not that this one, the 350, cannot sit on motorway. It can, but it'll struggle at 65, 70 miles an hour. And on top of that, if you want to overtake, there is no way you can do that. And that is what 650 provides you, a little that comfort and the the feel that you're cruising at 70, and if there's a lorry in front of you, it will get you out of that sticky position to overtake. So that's that bike for. But more I ride other bikes and I get back to on this lovely 350, more I fall in love with this particular motorcycle, because it's not trying to be different, it's not trying to be fast, it's not trying to be big. It is very basic, back to roots, very classic, very retro feel motorbike. But again, the 650 has got its own market. It's doing really well across the world for a reason. If you haven't ridden that bike, I would highly recommend just go for a quick spin. There is no way that you're not going to like it. The only way you're not going to like it, and you'll convince yourself that I don't like it bike, is when you know that you have no more space to put another bike in your garage. But if you are local to Berkshire, I highly recommend visiting Hatfield of Crowthrone. Go and see Colin or Martin. Brilliant people, not pushy whatsoever. I've bought 2 bikes from them. Never once they'd called me and asked that, what do you think? Shall we go ahead? Shall we buy it? They just give you the bike, test ride it, and just make your own decision. Of course, they're there to help you if you have any questions. But if you want no pressure sales, no fuss, no drama, do visit them. Very good people. They've got a small community going around as well. They've got a WhatsApp group with all the riders. They organize all these weekend rides too. I think the world's favorite is chrome and white. I'll put that on the screen now. The one I rode was purpley, creamy red, they call it. I don't like that at all. But for some reason, I really like this teal version, the greeny bluey, with the frame and even down to the center stand, painted at the body color. Bit too much, bit out there, but that color shouts out loud classic. For some reason, these colors are dying down, in the modern bikes. But kudos to Royal Enfield for bringing such a color out. Quite loud, not for everyone, I totally get it, but it's good one. Once you see it in flesh, you'll fall in love with it. But that's me. Now I'm just going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout, drop a line, let's talk, let's start the conversation. But that's it. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and we will speak in another one. Cheers, bye-bye.